Hi, this is Jess from Downstairs Theater, and I am here with
John Cox from Mythic Entertainment, EA Studios.
What do you do for Mythic?
I'm a content designer. I help build some of the content systems and talk with the programmers. Once they get them built, I test them out and I go, here's how you make quests, here's how you get a dragon to fight players and things of that nature.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about Warhammer.
Well, Warhammer's an MMORPG. You play online, monthly subscription base. We'll have multiple servers, thousands of people going at once. It's based off of the Warhammer IP from Games Workshop. We've been working very closely with them to get everything looking proper. Get orcs looking like orcs, elves looking like elves, things of that nature. You'll be able to play 6 different races, and they're paired off in 2 teams. And there's PvP or PvE all throughout the game, and there is also PvP all throughout the game. So whatever playstyle you like, you can fight other players all the way to the top, or you can fight monsters all the way to the top.
And I have another question. I have been a big fan of other Mythic games, like I play Dark Age of Camelot a lot, and I was wondering, how is the PvP different? How is the PvP better? Because I'm really hyped about the PvP in this game.
Okay. Well, one thing we can do different, I can show you a little bit here, is if you remember in Camelot we had frontiers, and you essentially crossed a border to get into the PvP. We're trying to bring that a little closer to the player, such that I'm not off in some way off zone and there's a siege happening. I don't have to travel 2 hours to get to a fight. And every single zone we have about 1/3 to 1/4 of it marked off for PvP, so the fighting is right there with you. We'll also, in Camelot, we had our battleground systems, which were kind of tiered level systems. In Warhammer, we're going more with scenarios, so at any level you can form a group, jump into a scenario, and it'll be 6 versus 6, 8 versus 8. But we also want to have the open battlefield skirmishes like we had in Camelot. So that's a few of the differences.
All right, can you show us a little bit about the game now?
Sure. What we have here is the greenskin starting area. And you can see you get quest symbols for different things, and he offers me a quest. I can get a summary of the different rewards I want. Go accept. Brings up a little quest summary. I can mouse over it to get details. I can go over here, and we're playing a shaman currently. The shaman is a ranged magic user. He eventually develops buffs and healing, but kind of as a starting character, I don't have as much. Actually, this guy has a lot of stuff, so there we go. And pretty much all the artwork we do, all the models, everything, is approved by Games Workshop as well. Because we're really trying to stick close to the look of the IP. And here I'm building up morale. This is another difference from Camelot. The longer you stay in combat, you build up morale, and then it unlocks these special abilities. So I have a choice. Do I wait till it's all the way full and I can use that large attack, or do I use 2 smaller attacks, or do I use it as soon as it's available? So it's a mix and match challenge of what you want to do. Kind of providing some tactics to it. So when you're facing an enemy player, you don't know, is he going to wait and hold all his cards close to himself before he deals out his special attacks or not? You can kind of run around here and look at a few of the effects. Here's one of the waterfalls. And the dwarfs here, they don't have a direct land route to this town, and they wanted to attack it. So they've been sending themselves over the waterfall in barrels, and they did a sneak attack on the town, and they did some damage, but the greenskins managed to push them back. So that kind of sets the stage for all the newbie quests you do in this area. So some of them eventually have you down here inspecting the barrels looking for dwarves, and you open a barrel and a dwarf will pop out, and you have to fight off the waterlogged dwarf. Here I can show you a few others. Okay, here's our public quest system. This is a different type of quest we're doing for Warhammer. It's essentially when any player enters this area, they're all put on the same quest, and they all have the same goal. And you get bonus experience for participating in that objective. And here we have a poor giant who's being tortured by squigs. So the first thing you have to do is you have to help him get rid of all the squigs. After which he's really tired and exhausted, so he needs to refresh himself. You have to bring him barrels of beer. And once you get him nice and kind of sauced up, he storms off and kills a bunch of dwarfs for you. These are some of the other zones and areas within Warhammer we've got finished so far. This is our vampire tower. You see it's a very large structure. You can actually go all the way up in it. There's content on every floor. This is the port city of Barrack Var, and this is actually a Dwarven town. You can see they have ironclads in port here, and you can see all the shops and doorways to different areas. Gangplanks, and there's a bunch of angry dwarfs on there, so I shouldn't stay too long here. Yeah, I'm not very welcome in there, but I can actually fly out here and show you a little bit of the coastline. And you get out here and you can see the orcs and the dwarfs have been having a navy battle here, and there's some mines in the water kind of bobbing around. You got a lighthouse up there. Yeah, let's see, where else can we go? We can go to Slayer Keep. Slayer Keep is a Dwarven stronghold. And it's one of the, we have our things set up in tiers. A newbie player adventures in tier 1, a more experienced player adventures in tier 4. This is one of the areas in tier 4. And we start off here, and you can see there's a bunch of cloud cover. Now a normal player would have to work their way up through the mountains, but that would take a while, so we're just going to break right through the cloud cover here. You can get up here, turn around, and there's our Slayer Keep. Got all the Dwarven images and imagery and whatnot. Up there, we got the axe heads, and you can actually head inside. We don't have our door technology in at the moment, but man, you can see the interior here. Some of the things we're doing, and here's the two Dwarven statues that are guarding the king's chamber. And you got the weights that will leverage to pull the guys back to let you in, things of that nature. So that's a basic rundown of some of our kind of more interesting points of interest areas, and a little bit about Warhammer. So, any other questions?
When is the release date for Warhammer?
We're targeting fall of 2007, and we'll actually have a fairly open beta in early spring of 2007, so not too far along from now.
Well, thank you for your time.